Alrighty everyone, welcome back to the Combustion Gamer YouTube channel. We're here, Florida Racing, and we are here with the entire team working on stuff as we are here at Austria. So we got the Austrian Grand Prix coming up. We're about to go qualifying here. So let's take a look at what our strategy is for the rest of the season. Obviously, we got ourselves about 2 more races to go in the season. After this, we have Belgium, Italy, and of course the finisher at USA, so we have that going on. So that's pretty important to keep track of. So that's where we are at in the season. So currently, looking at the R&D, this is where we are currently sitting. So we will not be doing any more developments. We have actually 2 coming in aerodynamic, and 1 coming in from the engine department. So we will be letting those sit after that, because we want to be able to make sure we rack up more resource points just in case if there is a change at the end of the season for anything, so that way we won't be behind. So we got that going on. And then of course we will be probably not spending any money as well, as we want to make sure we have enough money to upgrade stuff at the beginning of next season and to be able to afford our drivers. So we got that strategy all going on here at Austria, where it's really going to start kicking in. So we're going to see. Also too, there's some rumors that F1 might add more tracks to next season, so we might actually have more than 10 races. That'll be interesting. So anyways, let's get into qualifying, and we'll see on the other side with the results and see what our race strategy is going to be. Alrighty guys, so that was one of the best times I have ever done, and ended up giving us an excellent time. We got second at Austria. That was a great qualifying lap. Had a little bit of a mess up, I believe, in I'll show you later on, honestly, but had a bit of a hiccup that ended up giving Max Verstappen just a few seconds on us there, and that led to him being up there. But I mean, that was super close towards the end. Had Lewis Hamilton and Ricciardo hot on our heels as well, but that was really, really good. So and also, by the way, if you're looking at this screen, you might see a random helicopter just kind of tumbling through the air. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but you might see that in the background. That's kind of interesting. But yeah, let's get ready to go to the start of the race here, because we are starting on the front row. That is pretty cool, and I think, if I remember correctly, we're going to be in the prime position to take the lead as well. So we'll see what we can do with Max Verstappen next to us.
Good afternoon and welcome to Spielberg, and to a circuit that in one form or another has held every Austrian Grand Prix in the championship, except the very first back in 1964. It was at this race that John Watson lost a bet and his beard when he took Team Penske's only F1 victory in 1976. If anything, the stakes are even higher today, with 25 points available for victory and a crucial advantage in the championship fight. The Spielberg circuit then is situated 700 meters above sea level, with just 10 corners making up one of the shortest laps of the season. One time around here is a distance of 2.6 miles, with the best overtaking chances into turn 1 or the tight uphill turn 3. Anthony Davidson is alongside me as usual for the race today. Let's begin by discussing Daniel Ricciardo. That was a great win in the last race. Can they keep that momentum going this weekend?
It's always nice to come into a Grand Prix weekend on a high, but your expectations are based much more on your practice and qualifying runs. So it's the momentum from those sessions that they'll be hoping to carry into the race today.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Young superstar Max Verstappen starts from pole position, and the Rainmaster completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Ricciardo, Valtteri Bottas, and Leclerc, Sainz, Norris, Gasly, and Alexander Albon, De Vries, Stroll, Sergio Perez, and Kvyat, Ocon, Latifi, Nobuharu Matsushita. They've taken a grid penalty. And Kevin Magnussen, Russell, Correa, Grosjean, and Antonio Giovinazzi starts from the back of the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
Alrighty guys, so taking a look at that grid, so technically Nick De Vries qualified 12th, got an extra point due to the other Red Bull having issue with the grid penalty, but hey, we are up here, and as I said, in prime position. So let's take a look at race strategy and also car setup. So this is the current setup we're seeing right here, and that's going to the mediums. I do really like the mediums myself, and especially with how this track drives, I definitely don't want to do the hards for the most part. So we're going to go with that. Obviously, we're going to kind of cut back on our fuel here just a tad. Leave us a little bit, well, yeah, we'll leave us just a little bit in there to make sure that we're all good with the fuel. So let's go ahead and look at our setup here real quick. Excuse me, I want to look at my setup. Thank you. Alright, so everything should be as it needs to be. I'm just going to check my brake bias. That's where it needs to be. Brake pressure, front suspension. So basically everything is as the setup is. I just wanted to make sure the brakes were, because I had to adjust that. That was another thing I had to adjust during the qualifying run, is because the brakes were just not doing what I needed them to do. And so that should help us out a lot. So, alright, let's get into this race, get into the zone, and see what we can do with Max Verstappen on the outside here at the Austrian Grand Prix. Let's go racing, guys. We also got Daniel Ricciardo up here as well. So we got a little bit of a history there with him. And so we'll see if that does anything about the front. Max Verstappen trying to be a nut already. Going to the outside. Tires are not warmed up. You can definitely feel that the car's certainly a little bit more stiff. Yeah, I love that first lap. We haven't even finished the lap. Sector? Sure. Lap? No, we haven't finished the lap yet. Anyways, so we did the qualifying run in the fog, basically, is what happened there. So it's going to be interesting to see how we run here throughout. Just kind of saving fuel here for a minute, but we're going to go ahead and go to standard just to make sure that we can kind of keep up here with vegetable. Nice Michael Roots name, always like that one. But Verstappen here, we'll try and keep in front of him in the Red Bull car. We already got both of the Mercedes up here in the top 5. Not what I want to see. Alright, so I can gain a pretty good excuse me. Still get congestion from that cold of mine. But we can make a pretty good little aggressive move there in turn 1. Be able to kind of get a little bit of an advantage. Not a whole lot, but pretty good. And looks like we are really kind of putting these guys in the dust right now, which I am very happy about. Car feels good. So far, no problem. As I said, it started off kind of stiff there. Seems like it's loosening up just a tad. Tires and stuff. And I'm a bit rusty as well, so kind of taking stuff a little bit slower than normal. But we already have a different strategy, and that's attack, because we're running standard already so far in this race. So that's a totally different strategy than what we have done previously. Gotta be nice and easy through there. We got the shadows through that turn, which really kind of confused me as to my line sometimes there. There we go. Yeah, you see I can get a pretty good run through there by kind of shortcutting that turn. That really gives me a fairly decent advantage there. So these guys are going to be having DRS on me. Totally mess up this turn here a little bit. There we go. Get past Verstappen. I gotta say that NASCAR mod in Michael Roots' F1 series is incredible. Definitely not quite as road course racing as I kind of like myself, but that is nuts watching the runs that those cars get with that mod installed in his series. That's for sure. But yeah, I don't really do like the road course racing myself. Because I really enjoy. Yeah, we're doing good. We're doing good. Jury block guys here. Ooh, we had Verstappen trying. Ooh, that messed up Verstappen pretty good. He was going to try and go underneath us. I cut him off. That sent him backwards. Now we got Hamilton behind us, so that's going to be fun. There's a little overtake here. But yeah, I really enjoy road course racing. I enjoy it both watching and also actually doing it. Just in the gaming, but also been able to drive the Daytona road course in my own personal car. If you haven't seen that video, you can check that out on the Combustion Guys YouTube channel. Got that video up. That is a lot of fun to do. Licensed to drive, one of the best experiences you can do for about 50 bucks. And drive your car around the historic Daytona road course. So definitely love to do that. Oh wow, we already got somebody in the pits. I'm not sure if that means Hamilton got damage or what, but he's already in the pits. That's interesting. Yeah, we can get a shortcut that turn there and get a pretty good advantage, which is nice. Looks like Verstappen is really going to be the guy that we got to beat today. And that's going to be interesting. We got Ricardo coming back up too. So just keep an eyeball behind us and try not to make mistakes. But currently the car feels really well planted. It doesn't feel like it's going to be hopping too much. Okay, we got a new strategy. I'm not really seeing it. I think we're fine where we are right now. Taking things nice and easy. We're doing good on the fuel, so no need to really change anything up there. And tires and everything feels good, so I think we're going to just skip on that. But anyways, back to my thought of road course racing. I love it. I would like to see more of it in NASCAR myself. I'd like to see the Daytona road course make a comeback. Because honestly, that was some of the best racing I've seen was when we were at the Daytona road course. Both the, I forget which clash. It was the one clash with, what was it, Blaney and Elliott wrecking each other, and then Kyle Busch able to come up and get the win just because he was being consistent, and those two guys decided not to be. It's just, that is really cool because it's like, you've got all of this which really does make your temper kind of flare as you're going back and forth racing with the guy, and you get excited to go deeper into the turn than you probably should. And so what it is it's really a discipline of racing the road course, because it's like, alright, yeah, sure, okay, turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, turn 4, you've got to be consistent. That's a really good thing about that with the ovals, is that you got to be consistent when your turns. You got to find each groove, you got to learn when the track's moving up. So that's a really great form of racing that I love to watch. I love to watch super speedway as well. But then the road course is that, okay, you got to be consistent this turn, that turn, this turn, that turn, and you got to be nice. Woo! Don't want to do this too much. Doing that far out ride there. Want to tighten that up just a little bit more, but Verstappen was kind of getting to us pretty quick there. But yeah, I don't know. I really do love the road course racing. Want to see a little more of it in NASCAR myself. Not the street course racing, no, please. I can't stand street course racing. Road course racing. That's what I want to see. Let me know what style of racing is your favorite in NASCAR and overall. But mine personally is I love watching the oval, short tracks, all that. Really do. But I also really do love good road course racing, not the street racing nonsense that F1, Formula E, and apparently NASCAR's going to be doing this year as well at Chicago. It's like, no thanks, I'll skip. Alright, we got Verstappen here. He's kind of run us down. There we go, tighten that up just a little bit. We were getting a little bit too wide into that turn 1. We're going to run a little bit of overtake through here. The car is planted. I mean, I love the car. I mean, I think I've gotten better racing this car, which that definitely helps. And we had plenty of upgrades and stuff, but yeah, the team put in some good work on the setup because the setup is excellent for this track. Alright, getting a little bit, not getting quite as much grip and response as I want from the front through there. There we go, good through that turn. You can kind of feel the car hopping just a little bit, but it's doing really good. And we haven't even had to really use Mixture 3. We've been running standard this whole time and still staying out in front of Verstappen, so I think that's a really good thing to be able to see here. We're running a little bit of Rich here on the front, make him run some fuel. There we go, kind of slowed him up there, made him have to give up some ground, so that's going to give us a little bit of space. Start letting off the throttle just a little bit more into this turn so we're not totally losing ground through there because we're messing up the turn. We're doing really good though. I'm liking what I'm seeing and feeling. I kind of messed up entry there, not too bad, got it corrected. But yeah, I mean the car is nice and tight. It's not sloppy and it's not feeling like it's trying to come out from under me, so I really do like how this car is handling. It's making me very, very glad that the guys at the shop, they're doing a good job. Okay, Verstappen's actually staying out. We're going to stay with him. I'm going to stay with Verstappen. Verstappen is the guy to beat. I want to make sure that we are nowhere near falling behind him. That's why I kind of waited just to see what he was going to do. That's going to mess me up. Nick DeFries is out of the session. And we went wide and somehow was still even with Verstappen. Nick DeFries is out. We're going to have to see what happened to our boy. That's not gonna be good. I'm not sure. Did he mess up the engine? Did he mess up yeah, no caution, so I mean it doesn't look like it's a wreck, so maybe just failure. So that's gonna be interesting to hear his explanation of what happened. It's like that's gonna hurt us pretty bad when it comes to points. Alright, let's see Verstappen coming in. Alright, there we go. We are in the pits with him. We're going to be getting mediums. Got quite a bit of wear on those tires. And the pit crew gets us out in front of Verstappen. Oh, great job by the guys. The guys did awesome. Luckily it did help that they didn't have to be kind of watching out for DeFries there. Alright, so this is going to put some slow cars in front of Verstappen here. So that could really change up some things. Now, what we got is we got Lewis, though, Hamilton. We got him, and pardon my voice as my sinus is messing up here. But we got Hamilton that pitted early. I don't know what happened to him. He had something go wrong or something. I'm not totally sure, but something happened with him and his car. He pitted early. I'm not sure if he's out of the session. I'm pretty sure he's still in it. So where does that put him on the strategy? Did he take hard tires and is going to try to make it all the way? Or, yeah, so just where is he at? Alright, we're going to pass, okay, Bottas and Albon. Those are the two guys out in front of us. 3-second penalty. By the way, I have not gotten multiple penalties for that particular thing, so I'm not sure what their issue with that is, as we are totally overcooking it into that turn. I love how I'm losing time and yet somehow they think that that's gaining me an advantage. It's like, that makes perfect sense. Anyways, moving on from that. I'm gonna stay at the standard, try and get these tires nice and warmed up here. Okay, cause a little bit more on the hoppy side. It'll be nice and easy. And not... Okay, thanks. So we gotta be nice and easy with our car. We don't want to mess anything up here if we can help it. Alright, looks like Albon is in the pits, so that leaves one Mercedes out and about, which we don't want. We don't want a Mercedes anywhere near the front because they will destroy every living thing in front of them. Is basically how that works. Yeah, he's 11 seconds up there. That is a huge lead. Alright, there we go. Try not to overcook it this time. Much better. Ooh, ooh, ooh. It's a little swirly back there. A little swirly. Luckily we're getting the heat into them, and they're feeling a lot better, but still, we do not need that. So we can win this race. We just gotta keep, at the moment anyways, 3 seconds ahead of Verstappen here. So we gotta beat a Red Bull. That's what we gotta do. I heard something. Somebody was out of the race? I didn't quite catch it. Somebody out of the race, I think I heard. Okay, Bottas is in the pit. He's coming off of the pit. So we're now in front of him, I think. Should be good. Got Bottas on the hards. Why on earth he went with hards with such a short sprint, I don't know. That doesn't make any sense. I think Mercedes is losing it there. But he went with hard tires. That is weird. Would have been better if they're going to do that. They might have started on mediums and then gone to softs. That probably would have been a smarter strategy with how late he went into the run. But wow, okay. We got to keep an eyeball on that gap between us and Verstappen here and make sure we are continuing to gain some. Make sure on this straight to always be using the max fuel that we can just to get us as much of that. Got a little warning. Yep. Yep, and we don't need that. Thanks, Jeff. I actually saw that one. It's like, yep. Both tires were off the surface. Ah, there it is. It's like, don't put concrete and asphalt where you don't want people to race. We will find a way to use it, believe me. So now the thing is to use the speed on the straights and stuff, but not, repeat, not to lose it. Because that's going to be the biggest problem that we're going to have, is losing control of the car. Trying to gain that second on Verstappen. Trying to gain that time. And I think we can do it. We just got to be nice and easy through here. Not to mess up like that. And on the straights here, as I said, use the max that we can to get up to speed. Make sure that we're already slowing down for the next turn, like through here. Which this is a hot spot for me, where I can potentially spin out. So just got to keep an eyeball on that, but I think we can manage this distance pretty good. I'd like to see a little bit more myself, but if we can get a win here with our teammate out of it, that would be a good day. There we go. That was a good entry to that turn. Just got to keep on cutting away at that time there on the side. Seriously? Okay, now I think that they're just trying to get Verstappen to win. It's like, what advantage am I gaining that you think that I need a penalty? Well, then with that. Yep, that's gonna make me mad now. So yep, that was a conspiracy there by F1 to make sure that Verstappen got the win. I'm like very certain of that. And of course, they also make us finish outside of the points with all that, too. Yep. Well, that's going to be a filed complaint, that's for sure.
That's it then for another spectacular Grand Prix here at Austria. And a truly magnificent drive to hang on and take the win. Anthony Davidson, what helped them deliver this result, do you think?
Well, I think it was clear what the main contributing factor out on the track was today: speed. I know it sounds like an obvious thing to say, Crofty, but fast cars win races, and we saw that today with our winner.
The drivers are en route to the podium as we speak. What a fantastic win for the Red Bull team. They performed exceptionally today, keeping us firmly on the edge of our seats throughout the entirety of the race. Congratulations to everyone at the team. So, let's review the drivers' standings. More points for Valtteri Bottas, further solidifying his lead at the top of the table. Let's focus on the driver of the day. Anthony Davidson, who do you pick?
Nobuharu Matsushita gets my vote today.
Let's move on to the constructors. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. Meanwhile, Renault move up the table with another strong performance this weekend. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time? Be sure to join us again as we continue to bring you the latest excitement in Formula One.
So F1 decides to rig the race there and continue to hit us with penalty after penalty after penalty. 3 of them, in fact, to make sure that they can give the win to Max Verstappen and kick us out of the entire top 10 there as well. I'm not happy. So my team will be filing a protest, that's for sure. As we know with many of these race series, when you file a protest, you're probably not going to win. But we're still going to protest, that's for sure, and see what we can do. But it's like 1 penalty, okay, I can take that one. But 2, the 2 extra penalties for I don't know what. And yeah, it's like we're not making any time by running off the track. So I don't know what that penalty nonsense is, as we were able to merge back and forth without any problems and without hitting anybody. So yeah, we're not happy, that's for sure. And obviously, too, not a good day for Nick DeVries, who has a DNF as well, started in 11th. We end up in 11th after starting 2nd due to the penalties. Could have actually won that race, except, yeah. So, problems, that's for sure. So, we'll see what we can do back at HQ here. Alright, guys, so we're here riding aboard Nick DeVries' car, and we'll see what happens here. Yep, so not totally sure, but he just ends up pulling off and just ends his race there. So not totally sure what happened, but ultimately just ended his day altogether. So that's kind of sad to see. More than likely, probably might have been a gear, gear shifter, all that. The transmission basically might have given out. I know that we switched that on my car prior to the race. That might have been an issue for him. Not sure, but still, bummer to see that for him. Alright, guys, so we're back at the shop here, and we got the Belgian Grand Prix coming up. We have lodged the complaint against the F1 call, and we're very vehement in our interview after the race about it as well. Definitely a bad call and needs to be re-looked at. But we got ourselves quite a few things to get done here prior to signing off, so let's go ahead and take a look. We are almost at level 20 to be able to get ourselves another sponsor. So we're going to go ahead and get our activities taken care of here. We're going to do chassis upgrade, equipment, etc. We're also going to get team building done, driver promotion, and also visited to the sponsor headquarters, and we'll go ahead and get some weight training done there as well. We'll go ahead and advance time and see what we got going on here. So we got our 2 aerodynamic upgrades. Those are in.
Without issue. They'll be on the car ready for the next race weekend.
And we actually have a invitational event to go to at Monza. Alrighty, so we are back and didn't quite get what we were hoping for when it came to the acclaim. We did get team acclaim, but not quite enough to get us to level 20 there to be able to get our sponsors. So we'll keep moving forward here. And there we go, we actually have level 20 now in the bank. So let's go ahead and take a look at that prior to going into our season break here. So let's see who we can have come on board sponsor-wise. Alright, guys, so we got our brand new sponsor, DSB Optics. And so they're a camera lens company, and so we have got them on board. So they're basically their goal is for us to achieve a top 10 finish during the race, which we're definitely running up there, so it's definitely possible. But the weekly payout is $285,000, which is pretty good, so we'll definitely take that, and that'll definitely be a huge help to us throughout the rest of the season. Go ahead and go into our season break here. So there we go, we got nothing else to do overall in activities, so go ahead and advance all the way up to the Belgian Grand Prix. Got ourselves our fuel flow regulator there.
Through from the fabrication process. We'll have them with us for the next Grand Prix.
So that was let's see here, I think that ended up being for fuel economy, I think. Yep, so that's the fuel flow, and then regulated fuel efficiency, and then we can also get the efficiency fuel technology upgrade as well. And that one's actually fairly cheap compared to some of these other upgrades. We'll go ahead and do that, just that one. We'll actually try and put it on the rush. No, we'll go ahead and just do it regular upgrade, and we'll get it in time for the American Grand Prix. But that's the only upgrade we're going to be doing. We're not upgrading any facilities, although it would be kind of nice to get some of these further upgraded, but we don't overly have the cash, and honestly, we're not really using the facilities quite as much as that would need us to kind of upgrade. So we got Spec 3 in personnel and chassis, and we still have room to upgrade in aerodynamics, durability, powertrain, and marketing. So we got that going on. But next up on the schedule will be the Belgium Grand Prix. Hopefully you guys come back for that video, and we'll see if the F1 tries to take our race away again. Hopefully not. But we'll see. We still got the complaint filed. I don't think it's going to go through and get us any improvement, but hey, we're still going to complain and still going to make our voices heard. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys here next time on the Combustion Gamer and Florida Racing F1. Bye bye.